Scorpio, listen closely. This is not just another video, and June 1st to 5th, it's not just another week on the calendar. You're entering a spiritual trap, a divinely orchestrated test zone, the kind of energetic storm that looks quiet on the outside, but inside, it shakes your soul to the core. From June 1st to June 5th, 3 cosmic tests will rise in your life, each one disguised as something familiar, each one crafted to either block your evolution or unlock the next level of your destiny. If you've been feeling restless for no reason, like something's off, but you can't name it, emotionally drained or spiritually disconnected, you're not losing your mind, you're not broken, you're being targeted by the universe for a final alignment, and here's the truth, you've reached a spiritual checkpoint. The universe wants to know, are you truly ready for the breakthrough you've been asking for? Or are you still chained to the patterns that once destroyed you? This isn't about fear. This is about awareness, because what's coming between June 1st to 5th will mirror your soul. It will test your boundaries, your intuition, your healing. And if you fail these tests, you risk being pulled back into emotional chaos, karmic loops and lost potential. But if you pass, you align with a divine upgrade that could change everything. Scorpio, this is your spiritual checkpoint, and it starts now. Are you ready? Scorpio, the universe has its eyes on you. Every move you've made recently has created vibrations in the spiritual realm, and now those vibrations are echoing back as tests. Why you? Because you've crossed into a spiritually sensitive timeline. You're not the same person you were a few months ago. You've awakened something deeper, something powerful. But with power comes responsibility, and with growth comes resistance. Some energies around you want to elevate you, others want to pull you back into your old identity. June 1st to 5th is not random. It's a targeted ambush designed to test everything you've claimed to heal. And Scorpio, if you've been ignoring your intuition when you feel that gut warning, repeating old habits you swore you were done with, allowing people back into your life who once broke your soul, then understand this, you're being spiritually watched. This window is your final checkpoint before a major chapter shift in your life. Pass these tests and you level up, emotionally, financially, even cosmically, but fail them. And you'll find yourself right back in the emotional loops you thought you escaped, doubting yourself, losing momentum, questioning your worth. This is not about punishment. This is about proving that your evolution is real. You're not here to survive, you're here to transform, and the universe is about to see if you're really ready for what you've been asking for, or if you're still holding on to the weight of your past. Scorpio, the clock is ticking. Scorpio, here comes the first test, and it's personal. Test number 1, the return of the shadow. Between June 1st and 3rd, someone or something you thought you left behind is going to come back, but not to bring healing, not to make peace, not to apologize. Number, they're coming back to tempt you into the same chaos you finally crawled out of. This could look like a late-night message from someone toxic, a memory you can't shake that suddenly resurfaces, an overwhelming urge to reach out to someone who once shattered your peace. A situation that triggers deep emotional pain you thought you had buried. It won't be random. It's a spiritual boomerang meant to see if you've truly grown or if your wounds are still open. This is not a sign to reconnect. This is not closure. This is a trap. And if you engage, if you reply, if you entertain the thought, you reopen that karmic wound. You reattach your soul to a timeline you were never meant to go back to. And what follows? Confusion, emotional fog, delayed blessings, blocked intuition. What should you do? Block the message. Delete the number journal, your feelings. Meditate until the urge passes and say this out loud. I do not return to what broke me. You must protect your energy like it's your destiny, because it is. This isn't about being cold, it's about being clear. The universe is asking, have you learned your lesson? Or do you need another round of pain? If you pass this test, a wave of emotional clarity will wash over you. You'll feel lighter, brighter. You'll walk into the second half of June with confidence and cosmic support. But if you fail, test number 2, the shadows, the silence of the universe, and they'll haunt your progress all the way into July. Now comes the second test. This is your moment, and this one doesn't arrive with drama or noise or warning. Do not look back. It shows up quietly, like an invisible fog that wraps around your soul. Test number 2, the silence of the universe. On June 2nd or 3rd, you may wake up feeling empty, disconnected, like all the signs, synchronicities, and spiritual energy you once relied on have vanished. No angel numbers, no intuitive hits, no deep emotional connection to your path, just silence. This is where many fail, because you start asking, did I do something wrong? Has the universe abandoned me? Maybe I'm not really chosen after all. But here's the truth. This silence isn't punishment. It's preparation. This is the universe pulling back, not to punish you, but to see if you'll still believe when there's nothing in front of you. Scorpio, this test is subtle but spiritually dangerous because you live for transformation. You need intensity. You crave movement, signs, shifts. So when everything goes still, your mind begins to spiral. That's the trap. If you panic, if you make emotional decisions out of fear, you'll reactivate old timelines. You'll step outside the flow, and you'll delay the breakthrough that was moments away. What should you do? Be still. Journal the silence. Meditate with no expectation. Drink water, ground yourself, take care of your body. Say this out loud. Even in silence, I am being guided. This is about faith without evidence, trust without proof, knowing that even when the sky is cloudy, the stars are still there. Because if you pass this test, the silence will break and a wave of divine clarity will crash over you like a storm of miracles. But if you fail, you'll spend June searching for a connection you had all along, if only you had trusted the silence. Scorpio, sit with it, don't run. The stillness is sacred, let it teach you. Test number 3, a false door to success. Scorpio, this is the final test, and it's the trickiest of all because it won't look like a trap. It'll look like a dream come true. Test number 3, the false door to success. Sometime between June 4th and June 5th, you may receive something that feels like a divine opportunity. It could be a job offer that promises quick money, a business deal that seems too good to be true, a romantic reconnection that hits you like lightning, or even sudden praise, recognition, or an invitation that flatters your ego. At first glance, it will look like a gift from the universe, but pause, look deeper, because this isn't a blessing, it's a detour disguised as a shortcut. Scorpio, your soul is deep. You weren't built for the surface level life. You're here for meaningful growth, transformation, and purpose, not temporary applause or shiny distractions. And that's what this test is all about. Will you choose the easy road that feeds your ego, or the aligned path that feeds your soul? Because here's what happens. When you're right on the edge of a breakthrough, the universe will send a false door just to see if you've truly grown. This door will open quickly. It'll feel exciting, even seductive, but something deep inside you will feel off. You might notice you feel anxious, not aligned. Your body tenses up, even as your mind says, take it. You hear a whisper inside saying, this isn't it. That's your intuition. That's your higher self waving the red flag. Scorpio, don't ignore it. If it comes too fast, feels too perfect, or stirs up self-doubt, it's not the door. It's the test. Your power doesn't come from speed or instant gratification. It comes from depth, integrity, intuition. And in this final test, the universe isn't asking you to chase success. It's asking you to recognize when something is not aligned, even if it looks like gold. Ask yourself this simple question before saying yes. Does this align with the highest version of me? Not the desperate version, not the impatient version, not the version that's afraid to wait, but the version of you who is whole, the version who knows what real success feels like. It's calm, it's clear, and it doesn't make you question your worth. If the answer is no, walk away, and walk away with confidence, not regret, because if you pass this test, the real blessing arrives after June 7th. If you take the bait, you'll find yourself trapped in a cycle of regret. You may gain something in the short term,
an opportunity,
but it will cost you peace, alignment, and months, maybe years of progress.
But if you fail,
and deep down, you'll know it. Scorpio, you are being watched not to be judged, but to be promoted. You're being tested because you're on the edge of something massive. Don't let a false door steal the future you've been building with your soul. Be patient. Be still, be wise. You've come too far to settle for the wrong thing at the wrong time. Remember, quick success can be loud and tempting, but real alignment, it's quiet, powerful, unshakable. And when you pass this test, the universe opens the real door, the one designed just for you. Hold the line, Scorpio, you're almost there. Scorpio, if you pass all 3 spiritual tests between June 1st and 5th, your life will shift. I'm not talking about surface level changes, I'm talking about a timeline reset, a deep, energetic rebirth. You break out of karmic patterns that have followed you for years. You cut cords with your old identity, the wounded version of you. You finally step into the timeline your soul has been begging you to claim. And the moment you do that, everything starts to change. Between June 8th and June 12th, Scorpios who pass these tests will experience a spiritual shift that feels unmistakable. You'll start seeing clear signs again. 1111, 777, strange synchronicities that confirm you're aligned. Your mind will feel peaceful, like the emotional storms have finally passed. And yes, a breakthrough will come. It could be financial, creative, relational, or even a soul awakening. The silence you felt, it turns into divine downloads. The confusion, it becomes clarity. And the feeling that your destiny was slipping away, it comes rushing back, stronger than ever. But here's the key. That shift only happens if you chose growth over ego. Only if you said no to the shadow, trusted the silence, and walked away from the fake opportunity. Because Scorpio, these weren't just spiritual pop quizzes, they were timeline tests. The universe was watching to see what version of you was making decisions, the version rooted in fear, or the version aligned with your higher self. And if you chose right, your reward is more than a blessing. It's a portal to purpose, to prosperity, to peace. You'll walk into mid-June feeling more you than you've ever felt before. And the universe, it will respond with open arms. Scorpio, if you've made it this far, that means your soul is awake. You're not here by accident. You were guided to this message because the universe is preparing you for your next level. But don't walk away in silence. Let your energy echo into the cosmos. Let your presence be felt. Subscribe and turn on the bell. If you felt the truth in this message, if your spirit stirred while watching, then hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell, because this is only the beginning. June is packed with soul upgrades, spiritual tests, divine breakthroughs, karmic realignments, and I'll be right here to guide you through every single shift, day by day, sign by sign. Don't miss the signs. Don't miss your next divine assignment. Comment, challenge, let's speak it into existence. Drop this in the comments 11 times. Yes, 11 times. I pass my spiritual test. I align with my destiny. Why 11? Because 11 is the number of spiritual alignment, awakening, and divine order. Every time you type it, you are imprinting it into your subconscious. You're not just commenting, you're reprogramming your future. Let your voice be a frequency. Let your intention be heard. Share this video. Someone you love, A friend, a family member, a partner may be walking through the same spiritual trap, but they might be completely unaware of it. Don't keep this light to yourself. Send this to someone who needs a wake-up call. Be the messenger, be the mirror, be the sign they've been praying for, because one share can save a soul from repeating the same cycle. Watch this next. You've passed the test. You've cleared the fog. Now it's time to claim the reward. Watch this next. Scorpio, 5 millionaire numbers for June. The universe has sent you a code. Because once you pass the spiritual exam, the abundance shows up, the blessings unfold, and the life you've been manifesting? It finally begins. This is your moment, Scorpio. Comment, subscribe, share. The universe is listening, and your future is waiting.